Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Ms. Dobeck here checking in for our daily video on keeping your mental health healthy. Today, I wanted to just do a brief video on breathing. Our breathing has such a big impact on how we are feeling at that moment. So, if you think about that, when we are feeling scared, our breathing tends to get quick, and we might start really breathing really fast when we're scared or feeling angry, even things like that. And that's because it's kind of getting us ready for that fight or flight, where it's pumping oxygen throughout our bodies quicker so that if we have to run or we have to fight, we can. So it's our body's natural response to emotions is part of our breathing. When we're feeling anxious, we tend to maybe breathe more shallowly. So we aren't breathing nice and deep like our body likes us to. And we may even hold our breath if we're feeling really suspenseful, or maybe if we're watching a scary movie and we're waiting to see what happens or things like that. Did you ever catch yourself holding your breath? So there's a lot of different ways that our breathing is kind of triggered by our emotions, and vice versa, that our emotions are triggered by our breath. So if our breath starts to increase or get shallow or different things, our emotions are going to respond to that. So the nice thing is, if we can learn to control our breathing a little bit more and do some breathing exercises, we can actually signal to our brains to calm down, feel less stressed, feel less anxious, feel less angry, whatever the case might be. So I'm going to give you a couple of breathing techniques that you could try when you are feeling just any kind of emotion. Again, stress, anger, anxiety, just any of those. And these are really good to just practice throughout our days too, because the more we practice these types of breathing, the calmer our brain will feel overall. So just like anything, the more we practice it, the more we're going to feel it. Okay. So the first one that I want to teach you guys is, I talked a little bit before about we want to have nice deep breaths rather than that shallow breathing. So these are just called belly breaths. So what you're going to do is you're going to put one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart area. Okay. And you just want to take some nice deep breaths in so that you feel your belly rising more than you do your chest area, okay, when you're taking that breath. So we're filling our belly more than our lungs. So go ahead and try that. Breathe in and feel that belly really rise, and then breathe that back out. And you can do that for a couple minutes. You can do this laying down, you can do this standing up, you can do this sitting, you can do it any way. But belly breathing is a nice way to get ourselves used to that nice deep breathing, which is going to make us feel more calm. Another way to practice breathing, and these are more balanced breathing, is what we call heart breathing. So what you're going to do is you're going to make the shape of a heart, and when you're making this part of the heart, you're going to be breathing in, then we're going to pause, and we're going to breathe back out. So let's try that. So you're going to breathe in and make the heart, pause, and then breathe back out as you're making that heart shape again. And you can keep doing that for a few minutes, breathing in, pausing, breathing out, pausing, breathing in, and so on. Okay, so that's a great way to just get that balanced breathing that's going to help us just feel more relaxed and calm throughout our days. And again, the more we do these, the more it's going to have lasting effects for us. Last one, and this one is specifically for anxiety. So if you're feeling anxious or things like that, it's called 4-7-8 breathing. So what this is, the research, they've found that this really helps specifically with anxiety. So what you're going to do, you're going to breathe in nice and deep all the way into that belly again for 4 seconds. You're going to hold that breath for 7 seconds, and then you're going to breathe out nice and long for 8 seconds. So let's go ahead and try that one time. So we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then breathe out and really push that breath out for 8 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that is 4-7-8 breathing. That might take a little bit to get used to. And again, if you start feeling dizzy or start feeling a little weird from doing these breathing exercises, by all means take a break. But again, there's so many out there. A simple Google search will help you find a ton of breathing exercises. There's some really fun ones with shapes and things like that. There's also some out in nature where you take a leaf and you breathe in while you're tracing it on one side, breathe out on the other side. There's so many different ones. But our breathing does connect with our emotions. So the more we practice keeping our breath calm, the calmer we'll feel. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this on your Friday. Happy Friday. And don't forget to have some fun this weekend. Do some things. Get out in nature. Have a movie night with your family. Have a big breakfast party. Whatever you guys are going to do for the weekend. But don't forget to make it a little special. All right, guys. I will see you on Monday.